Okay, folks, to our viewers, to all of us. Folks, I like to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, as per your location, to where you are watching this live broadcast from. My name is Alison Smo, and this is Today Liberia Television, and I'm covering it live the 72nd. So, early this morning, this place barricaded by AFL personnel, and even up to now, as you see, barbed wire. They are placed barbed wire everywhere now, and this is the old barrack, 72nd barrack here. The barrack you've been hearing about in 72nd. If you hear somebody talking about I'm going 72nd barrack, 72nd barrack, so AFL field group of AFL personnel are claiming that this is their property and they need their property for now, and they won't want to see people squatting on their property any longer. They want to claim their property, specifically the land. You see, this is the demarcation here. This is you find the demarcation. You see the barbed wire from the mirror hitting the wall, and they use the saw at the front of the house. You see there, barricading the entire community. And this is not just the end. So you find the road from Boulevard Junction, this south leaving towards the Thomas Father University, and that of Hope Radio. And here you find the barbed wire everywhere. I mean, this particular place have been barricaded completely by AFL personnel. And currently, this place is being seriously observed by AFL personnel as we speak. So they are here currently. They are here. Some are here with guns. They got guns on them. And I'm walking. I will reach out to them. You'll see some of them with guns. They are saying that they will be here. They will mind their property and they need their property for now. So this is it. This is kind of problem citizens of this particular place are undergoing now. This is how the entire condition is like in this part of 72nd, Painesville. The 72nd Barrack SKD Boulevard here in Painesville have been seriously barricaded by their personnel, claiming that they want their land, and this is their land, this is their property, they need it. But we talk to any of the citizens here, any of the citizens, I mean, people who've been living here for a long period of time, because I'm guessing that this process did not just start this year, 2026, neither 2025. It has been an old age problem where the AFL personnel have been complaining to them and giving them time to leave, to vacate the property. But up to now, They are yet to free out their property, so they are here to claim their property all by themselves. That's what I said. You see, there are places here also locked, places locked. See, we got people, business areas here, and everywhere is closed. So don't worry, followers. Don't worry. So to all of our viewers, to all of our followers who are currently watching Today Liberia Television, if you just joining this live broadcast, my name is Allison Smoke, and this is how the condition here at 72nd Barrack in Pinsville look like. This is how it is. Talk to citizens here, or talk to them, and they will give me their side of the story. For assistance, there you find the football field. So let me walk and go close to the playing pitch created by community dwellers, and it's been here for a long period of time. And some may say, why now? If people been here for a long period of time, why now? Why now? Only this year. Only this regime, Joseph Imambuaka regime, that every personnel will complain about their property. Here you find the playing pitch here in the community. And there are a lot of properties here owned by people. Have also been barricaded by every personnel. You got schools here. There you find school building. You got churches here. I'm even told that there is a mosque here. So this is how it looks here. This is how it looks here. So the entire city
terms. Not an abstract promise where reforms are landing, projects are becoming inevitable and investable, and how the government is positioning Liberia to convert global attention into real, durable economic activity. We see opportunity in Liberia across energy, mining, critical minerals, agriculture, digital infrastructure, tourism, and want to discuss these industries in more detail. To help ground that discussion, we are joined by Finance Minister Augustine Kipe Nagafwan, a Liberian financial expert, diplomat, international development practitioner with more than 2 decades of experience in public finance and economic management. He served at the highest levels of Liberia's government, including 10 years as Foreign Minister and Director General of the Bureau of the Budget, and in senior roles at multilateral institutions, bringing a perspective shaped by fiscal reform, international engagement, and hands-on delivery in complex operating environments. Finance Minister, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, our distinguished colleagues and Minister, Dean of the Cabinet, my colleague, the Chairman of our National Investment Commission, Friends of Liberia, the full estate. Thank you for joining this roundtable. Liberia's participation at the World Economic Forum marks a new phase in our engagement with the global investment community. We come to Davos with a clear, evidence-based message. Liberia is implementing reforms, stabilizing its economy, and opening credible pathways for investment and financing. Let me begin with the fundamentals. Liberia's micro-fiscal framework is strengthening in ways that reduce sovereign risk perceptions and improve predictability for long-term capital. Growth was 4% in 2024 and is projected at 5.6% in 2025 and 5.8% in 2026. Inflation is on a downward path, standing at just 4% at end December 2025. These are not abstract targets. They reflect disciplined policy implementation and measurable stabilization. Our fiscal position has improved materially. We recorded a primary surplus of 1.3% of GDP in 2024 from a deficit of 4.2% of GDP in 2023, with further surplus outcomes expected. Domestic revenue reached a historic high, $836 million in 2025, through compliance reforms and digital tax systems. Confidence in the banking system is rising. Net deposits increased substantially last year as compared to the past, and continues to increase up to, and is expected to increase materially in 2026, signaling stronger liquidity, improved trust, and a firmer base for credit intermediation. External anchors and partner validation reinforce these gains. The IMF extended credit facility anchors fiscal discipline and opens access to the resilience and sustainability facility of the IMF. Liberia has been reaffirmed for a second compact by the U.S. Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC, after passing more than the required minimum indicators. These validations reduce policy uncertainty and demonstrate external confidence in the development pathway Liberia is treading. Institutional strengthening is real and measurable. We completed an IMF governance diagnostic in 2025 and have begun to implement some of the recommendations. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has expanded investigative powers. Internal audit units have been strengthened across government, and asset declaration verification is on our way. Procurement is becoming more transparent through competitive bidding and e-procurement. The central bank has modernized payments infrastructure and strengthened prudential oversight. These system changes persist beyond any single political cycle and directly reduce operational and policy risks for investors. We are also delivering tangible improvements in infrastructure and service delivery. Road construction and college upgrades are progressing. New schools are being built, and hospitals are receiving more reliable supplies of essential medicines. Business processes are being digitized, from registration to tax filing, and a national payment switch that will enable full interoperability across banks, fintech firms, and mobile money platforms is set to be launched before the end of this year. These investments strengthen human capital and reduce social risks for long-term projects. These reforms have produced a credible investor-ready pipeline. Liberia has strengthened project preparation capacity, standardized its public-private partnership framework, and aligned national priorities under the National Development Plan, which we call the ARREST Agenda for Inclusive Development, the AID. Projects are screened for economic and social returns. Feasibility studies are advancing, and ministries are preparing investor-friendly pipelines in energy, transport, agriculture, digital infrastructure, and mining. This alignment reduces fragmentation and improves the bankability of priority projects. Full priority teams illustrate where capital are among areas where capital can move now. 1. Energy. The Liberia Energy Compact is on course to expand electricity access to at least 75% of the population by 2029 through a mix of investment in generation, transmission, and distribution. Grid upgrades, loss reduction programs, unit-grids, and IPP participation are advancing. Several projects are at pre-feasibility or feasibility stages and structured for blended finance and long-term contracted partnerships. Transport and logistics, free port modernization, digital customs, race-based inspections, and road corridor upgrades are already reducing clearance times and lowering logistics costs. These interventions unlock agricultural and mining value chains and create intermediate opportunities for concessions and logistics operators. Agriculture and agro-processing. We are shifting toward value addition in cocoa, rubber, cassava, rice, and horticulture. Cold chain hubs, processing facilities, and climate-smart practices are being prioritized. The digital economy. Significant upgrades to the national payment system are happening, and business process digitalization is accelerating. Opportunities in fintech, data centers, e-services, and last mile connectivity are scalable and supported by a young, connected population. Liberia also offers a liberal, investment-friendly regime. The US dollar, Liberian dollar dual currency system reduces foreign exchange conversion rates. Investors benefit from full repatriation of profits and capital, an open capital account, and flexible rules that support cross-border financing. Notable progress has been achieved toward the creation of special economic zones that will provide targeted incentives for export-oriented industries. As Liberia assumes its role on the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member, we do so with a commitment to responsible governance and constructive global engagement. That role reinforces the message that Liberia is a reliable partner, institutionally, diplomatically, and economically. We do not claim to be out of the woods yet, but compared with where we began, Liberia is materially better today than before. The direction of our journey is incontrovertibly driven by disciplined policies, institutional reforms, strong partnerships with donors and partners, including the business community, and trust. Today is evidently better than yesterday, and tomorrow promises to be better than today. Let me close with a practical call for partners. Liberia has government-endorsed project pipelines and standardized PPP procedures ready for feasibility stage engagement. We invite multilaterals to deepen
Hey, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, namaste, wherever you are. Welcome to the Nightly Exchange. Thank you so much for being patient with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to watch us this evening. We appreciate you. Well, right now, I appreciate you. Tell everyone else, come on. Thank you so much. And please, guys, share the show. Share it, please, with our families and friends to come in or later. You know, some people are asleep right now, but they can also watch later. We appreciate that. Please do so. Come back. Let's talk about the good, bad, and ugly of our country. As you all know, I like to talk about the good things, and a lot of that has been happening lately. So I'm excited. I know some people aren't excited, but who cares, right? If my country is doing well, I don't care who's mad. Perfect? No, not yet. A little steps here and there, yeah. In the right direction. Yes, that's a good sign. From 0 to 1, it's a step, right? That was taken towards getting better instead of staying at 0. So we don't have to see perfection before we can, be grateful to God for what we're seeing. So you should be thankful for the little, and He will give you the bigger one, right? And let's appreciate the lieutenants of President Boakai who are doing their jobs, like we were just watching. The Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, to me, some of the superstars of this government. They are working, despite of all of the, politics around everything. They have been focused in doing what they need to do, what they're supposed to do, and this is where we at the economic forum. It's a good thing, getting Liberia is getting attention, and those attention can turn into something. And we should all be happy, regardless of what side you sit on. We should all be excited about that. And I don't know about you, but I am excited. So please share the show and come back while I wait for the latecomers. I'm late, but I think I'm a bit early than everybody else. So this is where we are. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, guys. So the content meet, we still have celebration going on. The vice president celebrating with the Nima County team, and President celebrated before the game, right? But they lost the game, so celebration over there. But guys, I want us to talk about something tonight. And I hope the guys come on sooner, because if they're on late, we can't talk about it. It's gonna be maybe later tomorrow or something, because since this whole decentralization bill topic started, we haven't really talked about it, because like I said last night, we wanted to get some insight of what is really going on before we actually say something about it. And from what I've seen so far, people lashing out, it has not become the new, politics of the day. You know, something I noticed about Liberia since I started paying attention to that politics, like whenever something good is getting ready to happen, somebody um has have an interest in it, and when they're trying to change that, it becomes a kind of like, oh, you're messing with my area, right? You're messing with my pepper bush. Let me say that. And then so I will kind of bring people out to get you to, you know, go after you and say all of the worst things there is to be said to kind of make the audience, to tarnish your reputation, to make you look like you're doing something bad. It always happens. Sometimes it's true. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes bringing those things out is good, right? But sometimes it's pure politics. Which other politics play this with? And what I'm saying here, my opinion, with the whole decentralization thing, it's a bunch of politics being played. And because it's something that we all kind of campaign or advocated for, to decentralize everything in the country, and for it to not just be based in one place. Everything is just in Morovia, and it has gotten overcrowded. So then why is people are trying to make it happen, other people are not happy about it. So we need to, whether is actually the fight of is not being good for the country, or is it really the fight of is not being good for an individual. That's why. And I have my opinion. I told you I'm a politician, right? We all come here to have our say of what's going on in the country. And there is no journalist here. There's no journalism one-on-one here. We all have our side. I'm for Liberia development and whatever good happening in Liberia. That's what I'm about. So if I see something threatening that, I have my own saying to that, my own input to contribute to the conversation. So I talked to two persons. They were supposed to come on. I don't know what's going on. So I hope they will come on so we can start the conversation early and start talking about that, so we can have a deeper dive into it that will not be rushing on there. I hope. Tere is back, y'all. Tere is back. Tere is back. I don't want to tell what Tere. I want him to tell y'all himself. But first of all, let's first put this out here. There's I know a lot of people have a mixed feeling about this, but nevertheless, I'm gonna put it out there because why? It is she's the permanent person in the country or whatever, former vice president, and regardless of what had happened, how some people feel about this. My thing is this young man, did not some of the things that happened. He never knew about it. So when he lost his life, why we are all upset with their parents and stuff. Some people and I can understand, trust me, why some people feel the way they feel. Things that were done by his parents or his dad, whatever. It was horrible. A lot of people lost their family and stuff like that. But I mean, as a young man, he lost his life. So I just want to highlight that the former vice president Joe Howard Taylor lost her son today, Philip Taylor. Now, I'm not telling you how to feel about this. what you want to feel is up to you. But I just felt like I had to put it up. I just want to do that because she's well known, right? She's and Charles Taylor, her ex-husband, is well known as well, and that's their son. So I just decided to put it out there. So feel free to feel however you want to feel about it. It's just the news that I'm breaking to you. That's it. Nothing more than that, and nothing. So, on the other hand, I feel bad for him. That's my on the talk on the whole thing. He's the. It's like you had people doing bad stuff or doing evil stuff, and then they bring children into the world. Those innocent children had nothing to do about. They have nothing to do with their parents' behavior. Now, some people may say, "Oh, well, they have to feel it too," because when that happened, it will affect the parents. It will hurt the parents. They want the parents to feel the pain. If other people feel pain and stuff, I get it, right? But that still does not take, away the way I feel about him. I feel bad for him, the young man, you know, and yeah, I know some people want his family to feel pain, his mom to feel pain, or his father or whatever. Because other people's family was taken away. Because that's what I've been hearing today about the whole thing. By the way, when I hear somebody saying something bad about it, I'm like, because I forgot about the whole thing. I'm like, why would you say something like that? And then they was trying to pour out their frustration or their reason for saying those things. And then I get it. I understand. But also, it's not going to bring our loved ones back, right? So, regardless of however, if we even want to on a whole household to die, it's not going to bring. And I'm not saying that you have the right to feel however you want to feel, right? I'm just giving my own little how I feel about the whole situation. That's all. I'm not stopping you from feeling however way you want to feel. I'm just trying to put that out there, just that disclaimer. Because I don't want to put it all Eminem and just she telling us to not. No. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to say that I feel bad for the young man. That's all. Like he lost his life. Now the pain behind it, who's supposed to feel that pain and all of that, I wasn't really going into that. My process, my thought wasn't even counting on that, right? I was gonna focus on the man losing his life. I don't even know if he was any older during those days when all of those things were happening. I don't know how old he was, and I would doubt if he was a part of anything. I think his older brother was more involved than he was from it. I don't know how old he is, but everybody know about Chucky than anybody else, right? I didn't even know Chucky had all the sons. Um, so that's why I'm saying that. So, my sympathy to Mama Joelle for her loss. Then I have another thing to put up here for about us family in Liberia. A tragic story that happened in November. Some of these, craziness that we be talking about all the time. Let me put it up there so you guys can see it. The point of me playing this video for you to see is if you can, they are asking for help. If you can be a help to them, to this family, to these children, you can do so. That was the whole point of me playing this. If not, but I know we have, even though we get mad at people in Liberia, but these are kids. We see them, we feel bad, and we all want to help sometimes. So it's a sad story. I seen it and I felt bad myself. Knowing me, Amy I have a soft spot, and I feel really bad. I love to cry. Not love to cry, but I don't like to see, story like this, but I share it so they can get help. That's why I do it. But normally, if it's not for the help part, when I see stuff like that, I just skip it because I don't want to feel bad. It would be in my mind all day. So let's play it and watch this little boy.
Hello guys, we are here again. My name is Thomas F. Johnson. We are here. We received a call about this family. The killing that took place in Tuboro, Passotan. A lady that her boyfriend take her life. According to the story, said that they caught her with another guy. So the guy took her life in front of the children, 3 children. So somebody called us here, and then for us to come and cover the story because send out time. I think you hear from the woman herself in the labor. The whole story, the whole thing happened. So send out time. They have that story happened in November. Send out time. Nobody have come in to help the children, and so they call us to come and interview them, so that we all can see our best to help. Because when I say we all can help, because your sharing alone will be of great help. When you come across the video, please help us to share so that I can reach to someone that will be able to help them financially because they are going through a lot. Yeah, so that we hear from the labor. What happened now day because he only seen when they did that to his mother. Not only him but the 3 children. So, what's your name? Chenese. So please tell us what really happened on there.
Morning in there, 1 o'clock, when they sleeping. In there, they met it in there. In Kiama, when they sleeping. Open the door, when I don't go outside. Tell them what happened on the Namina. I won't make come. Tell them what happened for you, holy. I ain't traveling more about his type when you go. Or after you can they just taking plastic. You carry it. I open the door, you're running going. I start shouting. Never I want to start running behind.
Wow. Gosh. You mean right before you in your man life right there?
Yes.
And then he took the stuff and put it in plastic. So the cutting on there?
Yeah, and the catching on there.
So what the family say about it, or what the police say about it?
You know in family what the police can they take picture, they arrest in the carrying center.
But are you born part like a party? Eh?
No.
But here your man, you all living together or he just needs to come to your man?
We're living together now.
All of you are living together here your man. Eh?
Yes.
But like the way you need to be there, you need to see any confusion between them like that. They need to be making flour on perfect basis.
No.
They don't need to make flour.
Yeah.
Guys, how you can really eat?
Yeah. So now I can go other people and pay me account. I get my come out eat.
You get hard over people
Yes.
before you eat.
Yes.
But you going to school?
No.
What? You're not going to school?
Yes.
So the place you're here, like your grandma area, yeah?
No.
So when the thing happen at the time, you can hear?
Yes.
Okay, guys, that here from the woman said. Because she was not here, according to what she was in Lofa. But they labor were in the horse. They tell her, they were in the horse, they did that thing to that man. So let hear from her, let get her sad. Because people are promised, when something happens, some people can say, oh, I will do this, I will do that. But no one can around to help. And now the children will, the children are going to school, guys. But child, I think he can hold water for people before they eat. You know what I mean? He's not even going to school. Or till they're not going to school. So let hear from the woman.
Yeah, the story is very, very much sad because I'm very understanding the whole thing. According to the story, he take her life because of jealousy.
Yeah.
But then the part I don't understand why taking the intestine, putting it in plastic. For what? Yeah, so Like I said, we receive a call to come and call the story. Someone called us to come and call the story. So, how are you doing?
Nama,
Your name?
mane loku, maloku.
Malopo. So they getting question. She will who do you?
Nama dollar.
Your daughter only child or how many children you got?
Again, uno tidi. One one key.
Wow. So when that thing happened, what happened your hair?
Our in lofa.
So who called you now? How you get the story?
The labor telephone he called me. They say they giving people finike our ma. I mean, that day was stuck. I mean, soon now, okay. Everybody can hear. All my family can hear. Soon now they can they bury the girl. Now they bury the girl. They say, oh, we'll pull the grave. We'll help the chairman there for school fee paying. So now they move on here. One person last year or 4 years. So I just something for the chairman there. I just want the people more help me. I want the people more help me on the labor draw water before we eat. But all the dollar or she go away there, she take cold water. And an hour she can, maybe she will go drive it, it will eat. No.
So who they promise you say to take care of the children and have the burial? The issue of it. Who the family that promise you?
That my family there.
The family there.
Yeah.
The year of the end over.
Some of them in Lofa, some of them yeah.
Wow. So since that time it happened, nobody can help. Nobody can help.
Nobody can do help. Nobody can. Uno me the chairman there, yeah. The horse will inside the chairman. Uno say, you come in face there, yeah. They say, Alabama no for Peter Lupo. Or what I will care the chairman.
So you're not in school.
The chairman not going to school. Nobody.
Okay, so we'll stop it right there, guys. I just wanted you guys to, and I think you've seen the number on there as I was playing it. Share the video, share the show, and if you can be of help in any ways, $25, $10, whatever, it's not much that everyone. You just the only thing is everyone chipping in, right? Not one person sending a large lump sum, and it was asked that we share, so I brought it to share it to Ray, so that to be a help as well. Hey, too, Ray, how are you? What's going on?
I am doing fantastic. Happy New Year to you, Emmy.
Happy New Year's.
I know it's almost like belated. Today's the 24th.
That's okay. We're still in January.
But yeah, but it's my first time seeing you in 2026. What a treat.
Since last year, I ain't see you.
Yes. And
got my Christmas, my New Year's, everything.
Everything on my head, man. Everything on my head. Only be here, but God is good, and great to see you. You are at your brightest in 2026 as you were in 2025.
Oh.
I just want that grace and that aura to continue to be bestowed upon you and your family.
Amen.
Yeah, but Happy New Year to you and to our viewers, man. It's been a while.
Same to you, brother. But this New Year.
That's right.
And as you enter that new milestone of your life, in this New Year. I'm trying to play about y'all. The New Year. Make it greater and greater and greater and going onwards. May you continue to thrive and be the best at it and be, success and everything in there.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Amy. Obviously, it's one of those things that we all pray that we are blessed with, with obviously life, and just to be able to achieve that milestone, like we saw our parents do, and through that blessing, some of us we are here today. And we just pray that we are all given an opportunity to travel that path. And I decided, even though it was long awaited journey, but I fulfilled that, and I'm married.
Better late than never.
Exactly. So I'm blessed, man. I'm married, and
y'all heard that?
I don't know if it's really work.
See, I told you I wasn't gonna say it. You were gonna have to come and say it yourself.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you literally just put that forth. So I said, you know what? Instead of keeping people in suspense, I don't think it will be kind of like waiting for at the middle of the show or in the end of the show. Let me just put it out there.
It's Mr. Toure now.
Yeah, you can call me Mr. Toure. Say no. But yeah, I got married in 2026 at the beginning of the year. And I'm just glad, man. I'm grateful to God for bestowing life in me to be able to experience that, because not everybody, some of my friends obviously they are dead, gone, and did not experience this, and I'm just lucky and grateful to God that
You're blessed.
to spend my life and I'm able to experience this journey, like I said, our parents did, and through that blessing, some of us are here, and I just pray to God those that obviously in pursuit of that, I pray that they all can achieve it, and those that are in it already, I pray that they continue to thrive and continue to navigate through all of it, because it's not an easy thing. It's a really a commitment of a higher order. Nobody forces anybody into it. You decide to go into it, and I just hope that when you get into it, whatever the circumstances, it's not going to be all rosy. It's not going to be all glamorous and stuff like that. But just try to navigate through whatever and make it work. That's all it is. I mean, but I digress. Let get into the show, man. This is you know how much I didn't want to get into this, but
tell us about your trip. Tell us about the motherland. Tell us. We always want to hear about Liberia. I know you didn't spend much time in Liberia, but
that is true. I did not spend much time in Liberia, and that's telling. But the impact of what the rescue mission under the able leadership of President Joseph Numa Boakai Sr. Is seemingly visible. Amy out in Liberia for 72 hours. That's actually 3 days. If you really, I want to convolute the mind of people that are just trying to process what this guy's talking about. But you really can feel the impact of what the woman is doing. Like you are aware, I mean, Liberia, obviously, that's our home. And we are not motivated to come here this time of the night to come and cajole people and try to give people mis and disinformation. It'll be disservice to ourselves and our numerous listeners that listen to us. I'm gonna tell you for free. I got parents in Liberia, relatives in Liberia, and the impact that we are seeing now, it is absolutely magnificent. Development comes with discomfort. All right, resources are not sort of in abundance in Liberia context. So when you see money are being allocated for sustainable development, and you can see the track record of what the woman is trying to do. He heavily investing in education, heavily investing in healthcare. These are life sustainable development that the woman is actually investing in. Roles, you know what I mean? And above all, the image of the country.
Right.
What is being projected on the global stage should matter. And that's what the woman is doing. You know what I mean? And people can look at all of these things because it is such a very, very complex, systemic, sustained development agenda that people might that the layman or the laywoman will not be able to see the impact of it. Unlike the previous administration, what we saw was instant gratification of projects. Putting people face that people see it. But underneath is a cow poo. They were engaged in cow poo projects. The surface is dry, but the depth of it is wet. You know what I mean? Let me not go deep into that conversation, but it's like you see that's the kind of project that that's the kind of project that the CDC were actually giving to the people. Instant gratification project that does not have long-term sustainable impact on the people. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying some of these projects were not actually, like important, like if you look at the park and recreational area that President George Manneh was erecting, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they were bad projects, but these are not projects that are going to have, like a reverberating impact in long term. Obviously, it's good for our social enhancement and social, upkeep and all of that stuff. But we're talking about projects that will have longer impact, like education. When you invest in education, look at the schools that the old man is building.
Right.
And you're talking about modern classroom, modern educational spaces where people really get the experience of school. I mean, you imagine when we went to school, recent time, it's like everybody's happy, everybody's good. You know what I mean? Like you gotta lay money in your pocket, you going by a donor, your cassava gravy and all that stuff. Like the whole experience was just so unique, and everything's been done within the confine of the school compound. Look at the school the women erected in Kakata. Of big campus, you got basketball court, you got volleyball facility, you got bathroom and all of that stuff. So these are the projects that ordinary people will not really see because they in their lifetime, they have not seen these kind of projects before. So it don't make sense to them. But we that understand how these things are supposed to impact people, we see them and be like, yes, and that's what I can say to him. I wish I would have obviously spent enough time in Liberia to give you more into it. But like I said, Amy, you don't have to have been there a long time to actually feel the impact of what is really happening.
That's good. I would have loved to have George on here tonight for this conversation because George came with a whole different, as you're saying it, George experience seems like he was in another country while you were from
the man in Djibouti.
Right.
Yeah.
I say you were on the rock while you were walking on the stuff like and touching the roads and everything else, right?
Right.
I would have really loved George, if you're listening, click on and join on here. Vasco, if you're listening, click on. I know Vasco might be the work right now. Vasco's scared. He always coming to come deal with us, but he ain't see any light.
Yeah, I say man in Djibouti.
He can't make it. Yeah, well, that's a good news. That's what I said all the time that, yeah, Cody saying congratulations, bro. That's what I told I always tell the people here, we are not there yet, but I'm excited for the for my choice that I made in 2023. Right? I'm excited. I'm seeing something because this is what I told was gonna happen. Even though we were being told that we were voting for or we were supporting an old man whose brain was dead, who had no innovation. He was not young, and that didn't move some of us because why? We had a young president there, and nothing was working. So it didn't matter to me at that point. If the person who was there was old, was older, and then we were trying to support another older guy, I say, yeah, maybe they have a point because this older guy is not doing anything, right? So why would we do something? But that wasn't the case. It was a very young guy. Well, he's not a spring chicken now, but compared to the puppet, he was very young. So that did not move me at all. I said maybe the older people have, but we heard that none of that was happening. And look at the conference they're having in Ganta that was launched in Ganta yesterday. That conference talking about infrastructure development and how he talking about building it better and doing modernizing all of them talking about climate change and stuff like that. They're supposed to be old man. Is he supposed to be in tune with today's reality? Like we told he wasn't going to be, but this is where his heart is, and all of the projects that we've seen going around the country, that's where it's leading. So when I say I tell people that, I'm excited about my choice that I made in 2023.
Right.
And I tell we all did good. we did good. We made the right choice, right? From what we're seeing. That's why we get disappointed when we hear something bad and talk about it. But anyway, I I can't wait to go. You know what I want to ride in the yellow machine? When I say if Vasco laugh at me, I said, me, I just want to ride. I waiting for the yellow machine to enter Liberia. Then maybe I will try to plan my trip because I want to ride in the yellow machine, temperature, and send it to Vasco.
Right. I mean,
Yeah. The yellow machine that they told was never gonna come. That's what I want to see. But anyway, yeah. So but to raise something, I think we were talking about it earlier today. Both of us will talk about it. I don't know if you know much about the decentralization bill with the ports. Thing that the noise that been in the corridor lately. And
right. I've not.
start suffers again with his loud mouth, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I've been really, I've been up and against it, but I heard a little bit of chit chat about it. But anything about decentralization, I mean, especially in the context of Liberia, that's something that I will always support. I just believe that, like with how much work that is needed in a country, with the volume of needs that are absolutely dare to be sort of done or like achieved. I don't believe one person can really be able to
thank
take
you,
on
Edwin. Same to you.
that. Yeah, Happy New Year, Edwin. I don't believe that one person is able to really take on that challenge. And for me, I just believe this. Liberia is absolutely beyond in so many things. And the approach should be all hands on deck. So anything that has to do with decentralization should be welcome. It's like we all should be literally available to do the job. If a job required for 6-7 person to do in the context of really, and I can understand because of financial implication, all of that stuff, I can see why they will want to allocate certain things. But people in position make so much money. Like if you look at all the people that sits on these boards and all of that stuff and see the kind of money they make, relative to what ordinary people should be making in terms of police officers and nurses and
Right.
and other people and teachers that are really, really, in the in crisis, areas. Then you sit back, you say, well, I mean, why shouldn't we have like, other people actually in it? So like in the case of one person wanting to do 4, 5, 6 persons job, I mean, you can do it, but are you going to be efficient in doing it? Are you going to be effective in doing it? Especially if you're not going to be available because it's only you. You're not going to,
Everywhere.
right. So how about you just allocate that to somebody else if you're really looking for impact, productive work environment? Give that to somebody else. You focus on your lay, kind of area and make sure that wherever you are efficient, you are productive, and you're doing the best of your ability to keep that area functioning on all cylinder. I think that's something we should look into. And when we're talking about decentralization, and also talk about movement, people need to move out of Monrovia, right? Monserrate in general, I feel like the area is densely populated. And anything that can really, and if you look at some of the project that the woman is doing, when you being or diagnosis facility in Bon County, you're literally trying to get people out of Monrovia. It's like back in the days when Phoebe was Phoebe, right, Amy? When Lamco then was Lamco, right? People, it wasn't about how do you call it? Maybe we'll say out of choice that people are going Monrovia. But they were not going Monrovia because they wanted to go to JFK. But they could definitely just stop the Boncante and get that treatment, or go to like at the border Joa Hospital or whatever. So when you do that, I mean, you literally getting people to get their needs where they are. Or the passport office, the open in Boncante.
Yeah.
You know, instead of you leaving from Nimba, you know, or you leaving from Monster, you know, Lofa to go all the way Monrovia to go get a passport, you can just come right web Boncante and get and process your passport. So literally decreasing the volume of people that are hitting Monrovia all of the time. You know, like that is so strategically rational for anybody to really look at that and see, the old man is onto something here. So I think it's a good thing. Anybody who think otherwise, or at least say otherwise, they are not really looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is to get service to people where the people are. If you can do that, then you're doing well.
That's what I thought too, Ray. And it's about time that we stop, all of us. I think we all want to see Liberia go forward, but when it comes to something that we're benefiting from, some people, then we say, okay, since I'm benefiting from it, let's pause on our other development here for a while, before it kind of cut my pocket or before it affect me. That's what I see, because this whole ports thing, like decentralizing thing, is a good thing. Like you said, you have, according to what it is now, you have Buchanan Ports and Maryland, Harper, whatever. They're all reporting to Monrovia right now. But there's nothing good going on over there. Like they're not even there. They kind of like abandon those areas, right? But they are reporting. They're reporting to Monrovia, to the MD. But then those areas are abandoned. So why not open it up? And then you have people focus on those areas, and they are taking care of it and generating their own revenue, and everybody kind of contribute to the national government. That's a good thing. And then you can kind of renovate all of those ports, and the way they look now, all deplorable and all of that people talk about. You can get rid of all of it. You can bring it up to standard, make it a Monrovia port, or even more than that. And MD, Duclair, you focus on the Monrovia, but that's the biggest one. Everybody knows that's something. You don't have to be wanting to control all of it, because all of this noise that are coming out. This is where also I don't want to lose grip of that. Here's another supporter, and then people going after the senators and stuff. Why would Nyobli not have interest in that? That is her county, for goodness sake. She's a senator of that county. If she sees something, a sector in that area is now working right, it doesn't necessarily mean that she want to do something wrong with it, that people want to pull out that narrative that she creating this one, she want, because they're doing it, and her friend Darius, they're doing it. No, that is not true. Those are people, sons and daughters of that county. Who doesn't want now, Ture, if I tell you, say I would fight it, or everybody should fight it and start protesting that diagnostic center shouldn't go to Bond County. It shouldn't go to conventional center. It shouldn't go to Bond County. Will you stay here and be happy about it? You want something good for your county, right?
Of course, yep.
Everybody, and there's decentralization, and that's something that is already there. And if it's not working the way it needs to work, that's why she's the senator of that county. That is her county. Of course, she want everything good to go there as well. So if decentralizing the ports would make that area vibrant, would make it work better than what it is now, because it's not doing so. And she pushing that. She's not pushing it out of bad faith. She's not pushing it because she want to like the narrative out there with our big mouth brother. She's not pushing it because she got something under her sleeve. She's not. No, that's what we all fought for. The decentralization, even the customer that go on blapping him out right now because he thinks everybody talks about that. Getting rid of everything out of, not just putting everything in Monrovia. Okay, so why MD Douglas is in Monrovia? He's not in. He can be in Buchanan. He can be in Onosano or Maryland, whatever. He cannot be in those places. So therefore, if you just wanted to stay in Monrovia and want people to just be reporting the money to you, that is not a productive way. That shouldn't be the only thing. And then those areas are just deplorable. Nobody cares about it. They abandon it, and then people permanent census daughter from no area that wanted to be ran differently, and then people try to make it look like it's something that they're trying to do because they want to exploit. Like people, they're trying to do that, and those are all politics. Those are all propaganda, and I think that's wrong for our country. We should. Well, I mean, they're not going to listen because if it's affecting somebody else, something, that's when we don't want it. But if it's not about everybody wants it. Everybody wants development. They want this until it's affecting our pocket. And we say, oh, we don't want it. Let me know about it. And then you have people, your own supporter will come out, my own supporter, and everybody will be talking something. But I just want to like bring people to just look at it. There's sense in that. Just look at, just think about it. If something, everybody should read it. Let everybody read it. The contract or whatever it is that people making noise about that sound like a boogeyman or whatever. If it's so bad, let them read it for themselves and see what it means. Do you know what it would be like? People leaving Monrovia. Nobody will be focused mostly on Monrovia because why? And like you said, school teachers will be willing to go in those areas because why?
Right.
They'll have people down there, or a different group of people, like the same attention being given to Freeport will be given to those places, and people will go there, and the teachers will be kind of safe or willing to go. Those people don't want to go in the areas to teach those children because they feel like, oh, those areas are abandoned anyway. What am I going to do there? Moreover, have all the fun and something. So when we talk about decentralization, and people want to stand against it because it will affect their shopping or whatever and something, I think that is wrong. They're not thinking about it in the right way. They're not thinking about like breaking that way, and it's bad. And people should just look at it there. Look at it. What is it that people are afraid of decentralizing? Why should it be a problem when we talk about the ports? When that's something that we all have pushed for, that we all want to see happen.
Yeah, you are.
Sense in them.
You are absolutely right, Amy. I mean, it's look, for me personally, I feel like there's so much to be done, and I just don't believe one person can be able to effectuate the necessary impact needed to really move these things around. I think everybody need a little bit of push, a little bit of help, and the Freeport itself, I mean, there's a lot to be done there. Like imagine that if you have 4 other ports to deal with. Like I said, man, to each his own. But I truly believe where leadership actually come about. You look at needs, you look at because we are all stubborn and we are all sort of like feel like we can do it all. And yeah, it literally have to take someone to say, you know what, even though you project to be this super magic, but somebody need to tell you the truth. Somebody need to say, look, I don't think you are capable of doing this. I feel like you need help. I feel like we need a little bit of efficiency here. We need someone to really take some of the load off of your plate, so that we can get things going. And that is not a bad thing. At least, I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, and I work in management. I know exactly how heavily loaded sometimes it gets. If you can get a little bit of help with your tax and it's always, it's not like it can be done. It can be done, but you have to like literally work over, like something that maybe like you could have gotten help with. But sometimes power too, man. I mean, sometimes when people get power, power sometimes it have for some, it have for people to release some. You know what I mean? Even though they really need help with it, but to just relinquish a little bit of it to other people, it's like, and that's the difference between white America, because I
Yeah.
live in America, I know exactly how that is. Because people, they believe in dedicating, responsibility to other people. One can do it all. You can be like the supervisor, you can be the manager, the CEO, the CFO, or whatever crap that is. But allow people to report to you and see that instead of you doing it all. Because number one, but you know what, Amy, too, to be quite honest, I don't think Africa in general, at least I can only talk about my country, Liberia. I don't think efficiency come to cross when you're looking at performance and across sectors. You know what I mean? But if you really want people to be efficient, if you really want people to really, really do their best, I don't think it requires you to overload them with huge tax.
Right.
It's humanly impossible for someone to be able to adequately and efficiently, be able to operate. Like you're talking about what, four,
three.
You know what I mean? Like it is just hard, and I love Sekou Doucouré, man, the man my OG, the man my Bravi. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like,
I like Sekou too.
Literally, he's my.
It's just about,
I can message Sekou Doucouré right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And response to it, right?
It's just about Liberia, like you say, efficiency that we want to see.
Yeah, but that's all we want. I don't think Sekou really have a problem with it. He's a very, very open dude. He's a very open dude. I mean, he lived in the country long enough. Yeah, he's
still a Liberian man.
Well, yeah, but he has
when they go back to the wear that jacket, when they go back home.
He has his own business here. He's a business owner here, in the state of Minnesota. Like he understands what efficiency is. But he also said he's still an African man. He's still a Liberian man. Empower, especially when put it baku, MD, everybody, MD. Sometimes it's hard for you to relinquish.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I know, especially electronic is naming a lot of stuff here that you need. I think we could have realized that, right? We're not saying that they're just going to start, boom, and start operating. They have those things going on at the port of it. I think they have that solar thing they wanted to build and other stuff.
Fake electronics.
If that build goes through, then those things will try to put it in place. But if they're saying that those ports are abandoned, right? They're just money is just being collected from there, but nothing is working there. It's not a good thing because it needs to be, like Teresa, efficient. They need to work. They need to be. We can't just everything can't just be. That's why you know how long some people have that thing sent to their port, and Teresa, there will be like a month or so, or something. They'll be complaining that they can't free that stuff because it's so much. They say, this one is in the way, or that one is. Imagine if all of those areas are free, right? People who are taking, let's say, shipping stuff from this side of the world, right? They're sitting there and they're going in those places, and they don't have to go through Monrovia. They can just go straight to those areas because they're already doing exactly. They got everything that Monrovia has, and they don't have to. You want to send things to Monrovia, or you going through that way? You go. I think it would be. I don't know why they're not looking at it that way. I think it will be more of a smooth flow than what it is now. So turning into the whole politics and people trying to attack the pro-temper and her allies and all of that, it just kind of sickening. And when cause I think when he comes out by his godmother, everything was something. I mean, I know he's kind of pushing his brother kids that Sekou on the side. He don't want, everybody have that side. Everybody wants to support that, little, what is it? consultancy or whatever it is. I get it. That's his boss. He trying to push a story, but come on, look at it the way we're looking at it. Nobody said the MD is still the MD, but he got a bigger, I think, portfolio by something Morovia and letting all the little ones go. He always gonna have that bigger something because he's gonna be on top of Morovia and those other areas, Buchanan, Greenville, or whatever. Those areas are not even gonna be like up to Morovia still at you know at this point. So I mean, let some go. Let Obama just share the wealth. Let somebody else, the others, let somebody else get a paycheck. And
Share the
I don't,
workload.
yeah.
Yeah. Like Oprah would say, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
You get a manager. Yeah. So all of the propaganda and something that is being played, there's nothing wrong with Nyumbli wanting that for Grand Bassa. Nyumbli is the senator for Grand Bassa. She kind of like if there was governor, well, the superintendent is a governor, right? So to speak. Well, but still, they kind of respect the senator more. That's what I noticed than the superintendent, right? So she has the right to fight for that. That's her county. She is fighting for her country to have something that will work, not to be just staying still and people just collecting money from there and it looks deplorable and nothing good coming out of there. It's not working and the place is not being developed and nothing. She has the right to do that. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's trying to get something from that. That is her kind of, and if Senator Dillon see that what she's pushing is right, what's wrong with supporting it? There's nothing wrong with that for you to put everybody in the basket and say, "Oh, this one would." Are they the only senator who signed that bill and said they wanted the president to something? No, it was a. Do you have how many senators in the building there? 30, right?
Yeah.
And they had actually something extended to the president. So why would you just choose two persons from there and just start attacking them and start accusing them of wanting something or something sinister happening or whatever, blah blah blah. What? Why would and put the speaker's spouse in it? How she was strategically set and to do that. I mean, those are all childish that you going out. What does that have to do with you trying to push a point for your guy? Why would you come after people's personal life? How they are this is this and that, how this is the best thing that Richard Coon ever said that she was strategically. I think what I see is because I haven't grown up yet. That's what I with that. When I saw that part of the video, I said, yeah, this guy still hasn't mature yet. He's still doing the same old thing and stuff. You can push your point if you think that's what you think going on, yeah, but the personal life attacks and stuff like that, I don't know how that's gonna help anything. But that's
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, Amy. We live in a political theater. And within the theater of politics, you have what we call surrogates.
mhm.
You have surrogates. And this is why I have been on a limb of telling people consistently that for me, my opinion, that's why it's out there. Highly opinionated. You know what I'm saying? I am not beholden to any political special interest group. I am not the mouthpiece for any politician. I come here, I give my take on issues, and I'm not in any way, like I said, nobody is bankrolling me, and I can almost bet my ass that nobody is bankrolling me either. So we are not here to praising somebody, right?
No way.
These politicians in Liberia, Amy, they all have their surrogates. Some of them give them $50, $25 a year and there, and they go on these radio stations and on these social medias, stuff, and just absolutely, Herod Costa is obviously one of them. And they just do that. You can tell from their teeth when they're trying to cook up something, And all what he said about Youngly, Mandela Cooper being strategically placed today, the now speaker of the house,
Mhm.
that it was an operation done by Abraham Darius Dillon
Data Post.
and Youngly
And nobody.
to strategically place
Oh my God, that was funny. I was just laughing
Mandela
at
Cooper
this
to be the speaker. Then he also said something about he's a bougie Ben Keita.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, bro, look, man.
he was going
That's
after
what,
everybody. I said,
that's what
"Oh,
make
Buster."
that's what made politics so
But the funny thing is,
entertaining, especially in Liberia. I mean,
he said
we see
something
happening in
though.
America here, right?
Huh?
I said we see happening in America. That's
Yeah.
what makes politics so entertaining.
But he said something though. That's what makes him entertaining. He said, "I'm not gonna let you spoil my uncle government, right?" I'm like, "You
Yeah,
nigga,
the
you
the
mother."
the compromised nephew
Right.
coming back
The
to
Potiphar
praising
nephew.
his dependable uncle.
I said, "You MF, you
Eric
the uncle
Costa,
that you are pulling down in the ocean to drown, and these people who was there pulling him out while you are pulling him down. Those are the ones you fighting now. Talking about, I'm not gonna let you spoil my uncle government." I'm like, boy, if you don't find somewhere
Eric,
to sit down,
Eric Costa is an
just
interesting
like a
SOB,
clown.
man. He's an interesting SOB. Like this
Yes,
guy, I don't know what kind of glasses he's wearing the feed.
he looks
It's
different with that too. He looks like he's getting older with that glasses, looking.
this
And
guy,
stuff.
man. Eric Costa is the kind of guy who lacks what we call self-awareness. You know what I mean? And people like that, Eric Costa is like Stanton Witherspoon. Like they don't they lack self-awareness. They don't know the difference between day and night. And the reason why I say this is because they don't read the temperature in the room.
Right.
You know?
Emotional maturity.
Right. And the reason being is because they are so overly consumed about their self-importance. They are overly consumed about the fact that they are absolutely a narcissist to a point where they don't really see the when they are political, they don't monitor their political stack. You know how stack fluctuates when it goes up, go down, and stuff like that. They don't monitor that, right? To them, their stack is always up. You know, when he read it, he'd be like, "There's nobody that can do this in this country than me. I'm the biggest propagandist in the Republic of Liberia. Nobody do this. Y'all better not stop. Y'all better not wake me up. Y'all leave the sleeping lion to sleep." I'm like, bro.
Oh, him and Costa. I understand. I agree with that. But the only thing about that is, dude, you lost your steam.
I mean, his stock is not as.
That's what I say. He lost his steam when he decided to now control his emotion. 2023. Nobody.
No damage.
Yeah, he lost that steam from that time, and you keep back on yourself the prodigal this that. You like and these are the people who even brought you back to brought the prodigal son or nephew back. These are the people that you're attacking to them because you're trying to push your propaganda for your.
Well, I don't think Dillon takes Costa seriously though.
No, he doesn't. Let me play a video
really,
for you, and I'll tell you. You watch. He doesn't.
Dillon take Henry Costa to be that little brother that will always
that's what I like about him. He really doesn't take anything serious.
Who he is.
Yeah, he doesn't. He and that's how he play around whenever they ask him about what did Monty call him to, he plays around like that, and I'm like,
he's just a lousy little brother.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I'm like, this dude, you have no, like, seriously? I'm not saying you should be loyal to anybody that when they're doing something wrong, you sit over it. But we all know this is not wrong. That's the part to it that we're saying. This is not a bad thing. The whole decentralizing thing is not a bad thing. The only thing is, like Dure said, when you test power, African man, you can't want to let it. You don't want to share it.
man.
You want to be the head nigga in charge, the bigger one everywhere. Nobody should take that, any something. But watch anything that girl on top of it. But watch this. What Dylan was saying.
I always say opposition got talking point.
Is this how Dara didn't get ugly mouth? Wow. They don't get ugly mouth. Listen for yourself, my people.
I always say opposition got talking point. We now, the government, must have a checklist of things to do. Chief, every time you have your look in your checklist and you check something to do and you do it, you reduce the talking point from the opposition. Opposition just need to say LEC gone. Government building is a big LEC on. You understand? So you can be wall for wall with opposition. I was in opposition before, so I know all that thing. Your league Costa. God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody but himself. Everybody, Joe, we join, we accuse Joe, he killed Joseph Boaga. Boaga still living. Joe, when I go, no, you leave my brother, that my late brother, and he didn't want me no senator. I give God the glory. Man, ungrateful. He made me senator. He almost made Joseph Boaga president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Well, Boaga, when he screwed himself up, we don't want to make sure we fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people will fought for him. Look, yearly concert, you will come. They don't then calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to carry the President Boaga, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do that. You talking to now? No, Sana, it's good to speak. I may not be one of the best things that people like, but people know my mouth is not for hire. Okay. People know my mouth is not for hire. The elevated respect for me in this country, I'm not going to diminish it at my brother's level. That he the one when you do a broadcast, you can see the comment on it. You know, wasting water. I don't care what you do, you can't take it all again. Okay. Even you want to take it, you will not take it all. Character damage is bad. I got to go to session. Yes.
Costa?
I mean, you can see everything about Dylan. You cannot take away his eloquence. You cannot
take away his wisdom and
his wisdom. And look, man, everything he said over there, the last line, that was absolutely, that was powerful.
That's what we said. Once you damage yourself,
wasted water can never be recovered. You know, once you spill that water, Amy, I mean, you would just have to live with that. And there what it is. And you will not do anything to justify. That is why, even on this platform, I always tell people, man, whatever we say here, you better be absolutely certain with your utterances, because I'm telling you, people are clicking. Ain't saw that how people click that thing? I'm pretty sure, Amy, when you and I decide to be anything outside of the space that we are in today, we're trying to be something bigger, which of course will be in the future. You will see people cutting.
Electronic now will be clicking these videos.
Right. Be clicking these videos and say, oh, back in this day, Ture said this, Ture said that. Ture, how do you reconcile this with what you are saying today? You know what I'm saying? This is why it is absolutely important for us to come here and really, really think about what we're about to put out here. It's very important. Look at Costa. I mean, there is no denying that he played a major role in making Dillon senator.
Yeah, I don't agree with that comment that he said he made me senator. No, he played a major role. But the people
No. I would say he played a major role in making Dillon senator, and Dillon admitted that, because you see, God wants to be grateful to him, but God is also urging us to be grateful to our fellow human beings and whatever they have done for us. Even if we're not in good space right now, but we should always acknowledge their contribution. You know, and I think that's what Dillon was trying to say. Dillon being a very religious person. So basically acknowledge, because if you can acknowledge your fellow human being, then obviously you'll be able to acknowledge God. So he said that he contributed massively. I would say he contributed, but Dillon, in his word, he said, but I don't know what he'll trying to be sarcastic with a little bit.
Well, because he said that, he said he made Dillon, so I guess.
Right. And then he said he almost made
a little bit of sarcasm there, yeah.
Right, a little bit of sarcasm there. But then he said he almost made Joseph Boakai president, but then he screwed up his you know what I'm saying?
Which he did. That's what happened. All his effort he did over the 6 years, he wanted to do 1 month or 2 months. Like, really?
And that is why
you're smarter than that.
Greed, Amy, let us not be greedy. Greed will have you take temporary glory. You forgo sustained glory for temporary. And that's what happened to Costa. Joe Weah showed small money to him, right?
Costa would have been a senator right now.
And George Weah literally, like, his last straw. Heron Costa capitulated. Went to Joe Weah because of small money. But that small money could have, if Heron Costa could have taken that money from George Weah, Heron Costa would have positioned himself as a political magnet.
Yeah, people would have something he
you know what I mean?
They kept quiet. Yeah.
As a political magnet in a labyrinth political arena. Even though he was. But when he did that, now his stock plummeted. And now he's trying to reclaim that. And it is hard. It's like an abusive partner. You know what I mean? They will tell you, baby, you know, I was hammered. You know, this is not me.
You'll say it too much to the day you mean it. No.
You know, you can never gain that trust back. You can never gain it back. I've been there. I've lost trust. Someone have lost trust in me, right? You would try. You can't gain it back. Because once you screw someone over one time, man, you know, and
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You go there and spleen tire. Yeah. And then what Heron Costa is.
Yeah. He said, oh, Elijah, he said, they don't been calling me. I guess he's trying to make me to shut up or something like that. They don't say when you're calling me, they'll talk to the puppet.
That's the thing, man.
Crazy, man. He said when you're calling me, I'll talk to the puppet, I'll put it on something. Which is true. Even if Dillon was calling you, if that was true, what's the point of you coming saying it like just to make yourself sound credible? Like what you saying to make it look like Dillon trying to kind of blackball you or kind of like bribe you to stop saying these things. I mean, what are you trying to push here? It just doesn't. And it's true when he was saying that you going on his life, but move for him, man. You probably can say that. You know, people would be like, nobody like really trust what he says anymore because of the decision he made in 2023. It's I mean, and these people who was there like try to cash up that, which I don't even know what is there, that trust. His Uncle Joe can forgive him, but you don't forget we are all human, right? So that's why when the whole what they call it Minister of State thinking about, I for one his name was coming out to where I was like, yeah, nah. If Joseph Boakai suffering for somebody to be just, then you call me, let me go pressure client that boy when I podcast. I was like, nope. You can forgive him and put him somewhere else. But that job is kind of like close to the president. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's right in there. You need somebody like real trustworthy. Like it's not just any. He's not that
man.
person. He's emotionally. He's not there. He doesn't control him. Look what we were saying. Look at what he did to Dylan and who actually patched that relationship between him and his uncle Joe. Look at the route he's taking on him now. He's not trustworthy. That was not a position for him. I don't have a problem with him giving anything else to do if he wants it, because he always used to say he never wanted a position in the government. He never wanted anybody. He rather run for it, right? So if he wants it, I don't mind him making anything else in the government, but it's not minister of state and presidential affairs. Nope. He's not qualified for that. I'm not gonna. No, even though I don't have the decision making power, but if you ask my little opinion in my little corner here, that's what I would say. But thank God the people who had the decision making power, they make that happen and stuff, because you can't. I mean, once somebody behaving like, you can't trust them. He's a good guy, but he just needs to learn self-control, emotional control, and some kind of loyalty somewhere. He has to do that. Now, when I say loyalty, I'm not saying anything I killed in the country sit down over it because you're loyal to somebody. That's not what I'm saying, right? But there's a way you can go about doing it, and trying to destroy somebody for something because you're getting something out of it. That's not right.
Yeah.
Dylan is a funny guy.
Dylan just know how to talk. He know how to really pin it where it hurts. He do it in a subliminary way. Very, like easily diluted way. Where he would say it will go under your skin, but he not doing it in a malicious way. But very funny, and that's the truth, man. Like we as young people, they should serve as a as a reminder to every one of us. Maningo pose kwikini ikini bulukono jebla isengono jen. You know what I'm saying? Like the fish, the meaning is the fish that in your hand, do not let it go for the fish that's under your feet. Have you getting it? Amy, have you ever
say that again? The fish that in your hands.
The fish that in your hands.
Don't let it go for the one on your feet.
Don't let it go for the one under your feet.
You don't know why you're grabbing. That makes sense.
Because exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because the wisdom is in that, is like the fish in your hands is absolutely
it's already in your hand.
It's secure. You know what I'm saying? So do not let go of that for the one on your feet. And this dude had the presidency in his hands. You know what I'm saying? But he allowed that to go for the fish that was under his feet. We all knew the CDC-led coalition they were halfway out.
Everybody knew it.
Why forgo 6 months? I mean, why grab onto 6 months for 6 years?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's one of the most.
That's where the maturity comes in. He couldn't just control himself. Like he said, when he had an interview, he said he was hurt, right? And he according to him, he used that to use CDC kind of like the woman that you're trying to make the girl jealous, and then you go start something with another person, making it the thing like, oh, you're done with them, you already moving on with this, but not knowing your heart is still there, but you're just trying to make that person jealous, and then when they come back to you, that's the analysis he gave with that. So it's just, and I thought it was a good thing that person bought guy, let him around and forgave him and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. You forgive, but
I mean, yeah, you can forgive, but you can forget.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I can say, Amy, I forgive you.
Guys, they might be stupid. Is
You
they be
know,
aware of the surroundings?
or maybe, I want you to eat. Then I just at my table though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can eat all you want.
Oh,
I
you
just
want?
don't want it to be at my table.
Yeah.
You have your own table and shit. You know what I mean?
We
Even
can't.
that job, that
A job application. I'm trying to hook the people up.
yeah, but whosoever doing this, you should be paying us for free publication though.
Oh no, this is like we are. I'm trying to do it for the people, right? I saw
Who
it in the
people?
chat. So this is a job for the Labrador National Tourism Authority is hiring a cultural heritage and museum manager. Can you read that?
Let me see.
It
The
says,
Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring a cultural heritage and museum manager who will be responsible for loading LNTA's efforts to preserve, develop, and promote Liberia's rich cultural heritage as part of the tourism strategy. He or she will provide policy guidance on cultural heritage, uh, create museum exhibition, and work collaboratively with key institutions to integrate heritage preservation into national development. We are therefore seeking an applicant with experience in cultural heritage management, museum administration, or related cultural sector roles, preferably including at least 3 years in leadership or policy development position.
don't know if I them. Why them would be looking for that long? 3 years. Who does that?
But Amy that national team and a non-profit.
I know that,
I think you definitely deserve.
is
You
it the
definitely need to have study.
Liberia National Tourism is hiring monitoring, evaluation, and learning manager as well.
Yeah, so the
It's a
Liberian
new
National
position.
Tourism Authority is hiring a monitoring, evaluation, and learning manager who will be responsible for providing leadership and oversight for the development and implementation of a results-driven monitoring, evaluation, and learning framework across the Liberian National Tourism Authority. He or she will ensure the systematic collection, analysis, and reporting of tourism data consistent with UN World Tourism Organization and tourism satellite account. We are therefore seeking an applicant with a master's degree
Oh, Lord have mercy.
in statistics or related field, at least 5 years of experience, including over 5 years of experience in research and project development.
Nah, Teray. Who in like bro would have that? Instead of trying to seek someone from across,
But I think they're looking for someone at least from across.
Okay, you make it a little bigger.
The Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring a cultural centers and troop development director who will be responsible for leading NTA's cultural heritage initiatives with a focus on revitalizing and managing cultural centers and developing cultural performance troops across Liberia. He or she will be responsible for facilitating training for artists, organizing performances, and expanding cultural infrastructure and overseas programs.
I think this one is the dancing crew, right?
I showcase Liberia's diverse cultural identity to both domestic and international audiences. We are therefore seeking an applicant with minimum of 5 to 7 years of experience in managing cultural programs, art institutions, or heritage projects. I mean, if I was,
is that too much, Teray? Like Who was doing
I
this
would
in Nigeria at that
I would definitely love to have that position though, because I
time?
think
You can dance.
that is an impact. I love to dance, Amy. Trust me,
You
I
know,
used to
but
dance.
you know, but the culture. I'm not talking about hip hop or what.
Oh no, Amy, I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about
about the
real.
culture thing that people can be doing all that. So do you know how to do that?
Amy, I can learn. I mean, if I do
Well,
it
they're looking
Nigerian,
for
I'm
somebody who already
doing
know it because they want you to train somebody.
I doing Nigerian Congolese dancing around here that my own cultural thing and I learn how to do.
Yeah. So
That
there's another one too. Economic.
Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring a creative economy manager who will be responsible for developing Liberia's creative industry in support for tourism and cultural development, and for overseeing programs that nurture the arts, craft, music, fashion, cultural media sector. Oh, that's like my
That's
neck of
you.
the wood.
Yeah. So
Cultural media
you have that
sectors
part.
as drivers of economic growth. Oh, I will excel in this.
You
The
better start
creative
applying
economy.
now. Send your application.
I don't know, man. I don't
That's
know
you right
how
there.
much are they willing to pay
You
me.
can work online.
The creative economy manager will also be responsible for. Oh no, Amy, I swear to God, I will do well in this. For building a partnership across the public and private sectors to stimulate creative entrepreneurship, to incorporate creative content into tourism products. We are therefore seeking an applicant with experience in cultural policy, creative industry development, or a strong background in the creative business sector. All this has to do with test promotion,
Yeah. This would
like
be good.
brand
Or
awareness.
you need to apply for that one. Go. Your country's calling you to Ray.
I don't know. I
Apply
mean,
for that one. Let's see what else they got here.
looking for auditor.
Internal auditor.
The Liberian National Tourism Authority is hiring an internal auditor, risk and compliance director who will be responsible for overseeing internal audit and risk management functions. A successful candidate will provide independent and objective assurance by evaluating internal control, financial systems, and governance processes, by advising management on mitigating high risk exposures. We are therefore seeking an applicant with at least 5 years of experience in internal audit,
They're
risk
not doing too
management,
much with
or
these
related field within the public sector or at large, at a large organization. Yeah, they really hiring
They're
across.
hiring them. We still got more. And I hope people take advantage of these things. We're giving a free publicity for it here. I hope. Share the show, guys.
Registration and license manager will be responsible for implementing LNTA's license
that?
policy to ensure that
Like
hotels,
National Culture Tour. Okay. That's it.
hotels, tour operators, travel agency, cultural sites, and other tourism enterprises meet statutory requirements. The successful candidate will also be responsible for protecting consumer safety, service quality by enforcing license standards. We are
I
therefore
can do
seeking an
that.
applicant with at least 5 regular experience, preferably within the
5 years.
tourism or license authority, and knowledge of Liberian
Administrator,
tourism
yeah.
laws and business license regulatory. But I think this person will have something, at least have some background in corporate law.
Oh. The
Liberian National Tourism Authority is hiring policy planning and research manager. Will be responsible for providing leadership and technical guidance in the design, coordination, and evaluation of tourism. Policies, program, and strategies that will strengthen Liberia's position as a competitive and sustainable tourist destination. He or she will ensure that all strategic framework and pragmatic initiatives with the LNTAs are well aligned with the government's national priorities and development goals.
Yep. So, guys, I hope you are seeing all of this. Share the show so for people who are, especially in Liberia.
Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring legal affairs manager who will be responsible for providing legal guidance to the Director General, Board, and management on all legal, contractual policy matters. The legal affairs manager will also ensure that the operations comply with relevant laws, including public procurement, employment, and tourism legislation, and that all contracts adequately protect the authority interests.
This is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
All these jobs.
I wish the job posting would be made public like this. This will definitely entice somebody to want to go serve.
Right. That's the reason why I decided. And I think we'll do it this whole week.
I think we should. The Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring an inspector director, an inspectorate director. Director who will be responsible for, that's my first time even coming across a word like that, to be quite honest. Ensuring that tourism businesses and attraction comply with applicable legal and safety standard. The inspectorate director.
Will be inspector. Why can't you just say inspector?
Will also be inspectorate. It looked like French word to me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
responsible for. I'll Google it. I'm gonna see. He's implementing inspection regimens for hotels, restaurant, tour operators, cultural sites, and other tourism-related inspectorate.
They also need 5 years experience in inspections. Okay. Compliance. Or law enforcement.
Wow. Huh?
Law enforcement.
Inspectorate. And I see when you hire.
Well, yeah. No, I'm trying to see the experience, what they're looking for in. Okay, so
really?
This is second to the last one.
This one, Liberia
Technology manager.
There is hiring an information technology manager who will be responsible for managing the information technology infrastructure and services. The information technology manager will also oversee the installation and maintenance and security of all computers networks.
Oh, we need to internet to apply for this.
Communicating system. Yeah, I come in definitely something about. But my little bro Sherry already in it. He already there.
But Sherry already got a job.
Right? Yeah, Sherry already there.
Yeah.
Communication system and ICT. But Sherry not like what you doing that he can definitely jump on him.
He gonna go to tourism. Yeah.
Ah man, live you are looking for better opportunities. Yeah.
So tell Sherry to stay where he is. He gotta give it to somebody else.
I like, man, people need to go across. Like if you
information technology manager will oversee the installation. You already read that part. We are therefore seeking an applicant with proven experience in IT management and system administration, ideally within a government or large organization such settings. I think Tony would do well with this.
Yeah, but Tony, you get opportunity to go, you refuse.
And last, Tony, when I want to go work in GMB government, Cummings will kill him.
That only Mr. Cummings obtain.
Yeah.
And that will be in Daki. I'll be in Daki non-com.
So the last one. The
Liberia National Tourism Authority is hiring a county cultural supervision manager who will be responsible for implementing national cultural policies and programs. He or she will support local cultural troops and centers, coordinate community cultural events and festival, and liaise with traditional authorities and local officials to preserve and showcase the county's heritage. We are therefore seeking an applicant with experience in cultural promotion, community development, or grassroots project coordination, preferably including work with cultural groups or event experience in collaborating with local authorities or traditional leaders in development or cultural contexts is highly advantageous.
That's all, folks.
And I think who is it? Thomas what? Who puts that out? Thomas Kuhlman?
Thomas Kuhlman. That's yep.
Is she
So that
is she the regional director or something?
is he.
Or she is it a he or she?
Thomas
Oh,
Kuhlman.
Thomas. My bad, Tom.
You know Thomas?
My bad, Tommy.
But yeah, Thomas had that. Sometimes decided to show it, and I think, like you said, we should do it all week. You know, sometimes people don't know about these jobs. I don't know how much they're talking about it on radio in Liberia. People don't know about it and stuff. But my only thing that I have is to read all of these 5 years, 7 years experiences is what I have a problem with. And people in the country, I mean, where have anybody been working in tourism or anywhere? But okay, some say law enforcement. Those are not the one. Maybe other places that they're talking about 5 years, 7 years and stuff. Don't you think that's a little too steep to be using as a tool to qualify?
Well, I mean, look, like I said, all the years people gave us 15 years. Once you send your application in and sending your resume, you know, I mean, it really don't matter. I mean, once you sit across and speak the language of what the hiring manager is looking for, because I mean, if you go, that's what I always tell people, like as someone who sits across, you know, the table to hear potential, candidate or potential employee, and like I'm looking for keywords. This is why people train you when you're going for interview, right? For the position in which that you are electing to go for. You have to go across looking for terminologies. Huh? So when you sit over there, when you start using terminologies that are within the confine of that of the functionary of that field, the hiring manager, they're just saying that they're just looking at you. So everything that on that CV or a resume, who told you people even go through that stuff?
Yeah, someone just look at that during the interview to be looking at it and then asking you a question.
They really just be looking at it and asking you a question to see if there's any contradiction in your responses and stuff like that. But to be quite honest, if you've been around for as long as some of us have been, you literally just go down there some point, maybe in the morning of you visit, hey, Shah, just call you and say, yo, man, guys, why is this someone coming for interview today? And let me not just try to put everything out there, but not everybody like would be. They literally just we actually send you we send you the present application. Most of the time, in the morning, trying to get a tea or a coffee, you just print it out, you just bring your can 8, 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I see here you had 3 years of experience in
that. Yeah, exactly. Can you talk
I had a question. Why do you want to work here?
Yeah, why do you want to work here?
Because I need a job. Damn.
Okay, now that can be your response to that.
I know, but then you know that's what be on my mind. Like, what do you mean?
It should always be like it should always be. I feel like there's a need here that I'm well positioned to really fulfill, and I think I'm a good fit. Not even don't even use the word I think.
No,
always,
you gotta
do not always say I think. Yes,
sure
never use the word I think.
I know.
And always stay away from words like I think, I know. Nah, stay away from that. You should be very, very emphatic. Like
I believe.
I believe I'm a strong fit. I really think this is it's hard. But you know, stay away from words like if you go through it, like stay away from words like I think. I'm a good fit.
I know, but I always started like, tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job?
Yeah.
Why
I
do
mean,
you
look,
want
man.
this job?
And I always tell people, no job is so big. No job responsibility or requirements are so like sometimes people look at job requirements, they're overwhelmed.
Because
They
of
will
the
get
terminology.
they will get in a feel of self defeat.
Defeats.
You know, and be like, suppose I have to do all this.
Because there's so
Yeah,
many
man,
things
nah.
they have on there, and you don't even have to. Well, I guess it just they just
Well,
extend it.
exactly. It just brings a lot of seriousness to
You
doing
have
the
to do
job you
that, and now
got.
it's need to so and so, and then do this. I'm like,
Exactly.
for
But
that, I have to be the one to do this for that. How much we talking now? If I have to do all of this.
if you're already in the system, if you have already worked in the field, if you already work in corporate, you know half of those things are BSs and shit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, let me not put everything out there, but just just be smart, man. I mean, not like smart, but just have some self confidence too.
Should be smart, man. Wow, why didn't I think of that?
I'll take that back. You don't really have to be smart because I'm telling you, man, it got some dumb
What?
money
Is
jerseys.
that what we need to do? Wow, I didn't think of that.
I'm not taking I'm not taking it back. I wanted to take it back, but I thought about it. I'm like, yo, we got some
Be smart about these questions they're asking you. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself before
don't
you
exactly. I mean, that's the word right there. Don't beat yourself up.
before you even get to the
Yeah.
sometimes. But let me tell you something. They had some really good interviewees who are so on point, but they're such shady workers. Like, and then the ones who are always nervous by the interviews and stuff, they have some good workers in there, but it's that's what it is. And just yeah, so that I think we're gonna stop here tonight. Let's to recognize we can do our closing. But yeah, guys, share the show so somebody will see those jobs posted, or you can always cut that clip and send it to somebody, and maybe they're in Liberia because we don't know how if they're putting those jobs out there, if they're just having to not everybody know that people are hiring to you actually put it on radio or something. So maybe if they don't know about these jobs, cut the clip and just send it to them. The part where we're just announcing them, and send it to them and let them try. I know it sounds all big B jobs and stuff, not to people that mostly but people who have degrees and stuff. So you do have some LU graduates, right? Even though we have a lot of political science, but look, that should tell you that a political science degree thing is not so much. All of these things that we just read is about culture, right? And tourism, it's all about culture, the culture, and a lot of OU graduates are all about political science and all of that. And well, Touré got some jobs that he could do. The one that I saw with administration I could do, you have to have a little legal thing going with you. And like Vasco is your car is the mobile. Mobile was talking, I don't know what we're talking about the other day. He said we gotta rescue people on a legal mind. So I'm not trying to he's look at mobile. He said we gotta rescue people on a legal mind. I was dying. I said, Vasco, you the CDC legal mind. So I'm not trying to get Vasco to call me rescue mission legal mind here tonight. I'm not. So I'm just gonna pass that job.
Don't pretend.
I'm not pretending to be one. Hey, put me in administration, put me in, somewhere there was Scrum Master, whatever. But don't put me in no legal. I'm not a legal mind. Look, I kept laughing off the show that I couldn't stop. Vasco is a mess. He's a little rescue people on a legal man. And Mama, like, you're not listening.
Vasco, I'll tell you, man.
Vasco, he said he was gonna come here to come tell us that we make the wrong choice. Liberia is in a dying place, and just that I come on the show to deal with you. Vasco can show up because he has nothing to deal with us on. So we'll wait for him till the day he get comfortable enough to come on here. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for the show. Let's close up and wrap this up. Are you used to the? Are you back on track with the timing? Even though you went
Yeah, I think
is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
I think I'm good now. Well, it was 3 weeks, but
Okay.
2 weeks in Africa, 1 week here.
That did
That I
not,
just
oh no, I'm such a weird person. That did not work with me at all.
what?
Do I have to go more than 3 times before it happens? The first time I
Well,
went to Liberia, I went for my first time ever in 20,
yes, that
in
happened to me.
2023.
I
20
have
what? 5
first time back in
years.
2023. Damn.
I
Hey,
was
I mean, wow.
so I was a little girl coming on the plane, and I was a grown woman going back.
Oh, woman, I'm telling you, hey man, they live here in our balance.
Prayer going back. So that's why when I tell you when I got the ELV they said, I'm like, where is this place? ELV so I went like this. No,
Hey,
I
man.
don't see it. I'm like, really? You expect a place to be the same, but no. I was a little girl. I used to do Christmas and stuff down there.
Your place used to look like gigantic,
Those
big,
early
right? But now, after living in Texas, you go see the places. It look like they look small, like Loputete.
Yeah, it looks real tiny. Do you know what Maroon reminds me of? When you go Rhode Island, right? Providence. There's a place in Rhode Island when I seen, but when I went, it was kind of jam packed. But it gave me that vibe of Rhode Island when I went Monrovia. It's an area there that I was like, this place look a little bit like Providence, but yes, that was it. So maybe I need to go often before I start. But when I came back, I didn't experience anything like I was out of place with my sleep or whatever. When I went to Liberia, when I saw night, I went to bed. When I saw day, I got up. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe I'm weird like that, but people complain about it because of time difference, but it didn't work for me. So
But for me, it don't bother me when I already lay in Liberia, but when I leave Liberia, I come back to the States. I think that's where I really get
okay.
I get messed up. But I don't know because I would travel. A lot of time we travel during winter. So leave from here during cold weather, like literally, we are bundled up, entering the flight, and then we get to Araba International, and we are in t-shirts, right?
Why did somebody
now,
tell me?
right? So imagine now when you're like, for me, I literally start getting sick when I land, and then I drive from the airport home. I'm just not right.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I was so excited to be there to see. I don't know. But somebody told me that you should have called in a plane, right?
Right. So the temperature is always obviously like.
But listen, I think I overdid it. I was so hot on that plane. I doubled up because I know I was going to bed. I'm going to sleep, and I don't like to be. I don't like the air. When I go up there, I don't know. I would knock myself over, not quit.
The air bottles too.
Anything goes down, let me be sleeping. I'm
you know what? I'm like you. I usually used to do that. Like literally, I would not even eat. I'll be so anxious to get off that plane.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, I'm traveling with my little one, and I almost had to be up. Because that little girl, it was her first time on a plane ever.
Really?
So everything was just asking me questions, very loud on the flight. Daddy, play this one, like.
Yeah, they have you gotta be watching this and stuff. It's kind of like when I was trying with my daughter.
Oh my God.
When
Oh
we're
my God,
leaving,
niggas.
I think we're leaving for Fort Hood to go to Philly. We left at that, and it was just us going. This little girl, I don't even want to see the window. I close the window when I get in the plane. And she going, I told her to sit to the, to the window. I was telling her, so she opening the window, something like that. I'm like, close it. What are you doing? Guess what she said? I'm trying to see Jesus. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
is not sitting up there waiting for you. That is not how you see Jesus. I'm not ready. Close that thing. Like, I'm
Oh my
that
God.
was the lady I was sitting behind, the one that they started laughing. I was like, she think Jesus will be waving to her. I said, no, that is
Well,
not
hey
how.
man, hey, you never know. Maybe you should have given her a chance.
I said, I'm not ready to see him. If you are, I'm close that window. It was so fun. I'm like, oh my God, that was the first time she was
Oh
excited.
man.
It's funny when kids get in
That's
play.
that's the most terrifying. If you're not a believer, it's halfway to fly.
I mean, you can be a
It's the,
believer, but you're a human. I'm a human. I'm afraid
but
of
I'm just
heights.
saying, like once you're a believer, because you have to understand, man, it takes so much to get on that flight. I mean, it's almost like, all right, what am I gonna do? I still have to take it, but I mean, if you're imagine you in the air for almost like a considerable amount of time.
Yes. And
You know,
it
like
probably go
how
like this. Boo, boo. I'm like, oh Lord
you
have
know,
mercy. Let me
and
just keep
nobody
breaking.
where this, and nobody where this is being controlled by a human. You know what I mean?
That's why when I get on down to Lord, take control. I
It's
feel it all in
one
here.
of the most.
I cannot do anything up here but you. Take control. Yeah.
It's
But that's the
tough.
fastest way of getting places. So I don't like the ride. I don't know. But I wish they had a little boat, speedy boat on the water that we can use to go to Liberia. I would have taken that and spent 1 week on the way. But no. Anyways, that's funny. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us and here. If you're in front of heights like Amy, I'm a big baby, y'all. Don't see don't put me in the air. Even when I'm driving on the bridge here, right there, the overpass bridges that they do in Liberia. When I'm driving on the one in Texas here, you know how so many of it hot. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'll be holding my car like this. And I'll be driving, I'll hold on to my car like I'm driving, right? And I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, do I have to pass? Do I have to go up on this thing? But that's the only way to get by. I'm never used to it. I don't know why I'm so afraid of heights. But yeah.
Right.
But funny thing, when I was coming to America, I didn't feel it though. I don't know, because I was excited, I was young, I was whatever. But now, plane rides just scares me. Well, not scares me, just like being up there, like, you know. I know God got me when I get up there. It's just my humanly intuition or fear, should I call it? Phobia kicks in, and then it gets better. But when I sleep, you get up and you still up. I'm like, damn, we're not down here on the floor. Let me go back. I get so much like the ride to Liberia. I mean, from here to Brussels, that was like the all night. I'm like, okay, so when are we getting there? And then when we got there to get to Sierra Leone, it was better than from the US. It's farther. So when I was getting ready to come back to where I started worrying.
Mm.
It's the long ride. So maybe that's what's gonna keep me from going back and forth to Liberia. Just the long ride. That's just
Yeah,
too.
I think it gets, especially women, they it's a little bit tough.
Yeah.
Little bit tough to really go. But yeah, Amy, it was a pleasure being on.
Right.
I want to say to our viewers, thank you guys for sticking with us. It's 2025. I mean, 2025.
What?
2026.
I don't want to go back.
2026. A brand new year.
12.5 billion?
You know, uh,
Ethiopia has the money.
uh, like Ethiopia, then they, Amy, when we were growing up, a country that was hunger striking,
Ethiopia.
a country that was, oh, absolutely. I mean, Ethiopia was engulfed with, I'm talking about
Poverty.
prolonged civil war, civil crisis, instabilities. I mean, Ethiopia was like Sudan of today.
Yeah.
Ethiopia was like Congo, right?
Oh.
But it took a very fine young man, their current president, who rose and came
The
as
current one?
the current guy, current president.
Well, when did that war stop?
There's a reason why. Well, it tells you, like I said, their development. Go about Ethiopia. Their development has not taken 20 years.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But if people united, when people unite,
You can
a
do anything.
force of national love and
Love a country.
it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened to Ethiopia, right? When we were growing up, yeah, Alpha Blondie singing song like "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Ethiopia, conquer the banner, Ethiopia." He said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Ethiopia, hunger is sustaining Ethiopia. People are hungry, like literally civil war, civil crisis." But look at Ethiopia. Ethiopia is right now. You can tell from the airline. Ethiopian
Yeah.
Air, like Ethiopian Air.
It's actually like trying to make the biggest airline.
You know what I'm
Everything, I
saying?
mean.
China
No,
have
imports.
invested so much into Ethiopia, right? Some people say even China own Ethiopia.
That's
But
okay.
you know what though? And I know I don't go back to really close, but that'll be another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But people always talk about how China is so bad for Africa. That's a narrative that the West always throw.
Yeah, they were trying to push.
That China is so bad for Africa, right? I got news for you. I don't give a damn, right?
Right.
If China can go to Liberia and take over our infrastructure development, I can care less. Because as far as I know, we can be in America, you're always telling us how much America owes China.
What?
Have you not heard that
Yeah,
before?
right. How come China haven't taken over yet?
You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard that? Like,
Yeah.
how much money we owe China? How much money we owe China? Then what the hell are you talking about? Look at FBS right now in Liberia.
Right.
Who's bidding that?
And then after the overpass bridge and all of that.
They overpass. Look at the airport the Chinese built in Sierra Leone. Even though they went and build on a freaking island where you have to take to get to the airport.
Really?
I'm telling you, this shit is so stupid. But anyway, to each his own. But I'm telling you, right? They keep telling us China is bad for Africa. China is bad for Africa. These are all Western propaganda. And I'm telling you, for as long as we've been, that's why when Dr. Patel said, like, bro, I have to reconsider her special friendship with America.
That orator?
It made a whole lot of sense to me. Because what kind of friendship, unique friendship that we have when we are still in agile poverty and you say we're friends, and you are one of the most, the biggest economy, one of the most prosperous country on the planet Earth.
You let us fight each other that long.
You know?
You know, when that nonsense started in the Cote d'Ivoire, the French were there in no time.
You poor at risk during World War II, where we had to sacrifice the whole country, our whole life. Germany, Hitler would have put in our tummy bomb like bro, whole story.
Oh,
we risked our life. You remember that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Like, bro,
do you remember that, right? Were you alive World War II?
Well, I was not alive World War II, but you know what? Read history, and they will tell you that, like, bro, that Rabat International Airport you see there, That road was built by America because they were using Liberia as a filling station because Liberia is closer to Europe than that of America. So they were using Liberia as a filling station. When they're warping, go and bomb Europe, they come and get fuel in Liberia and go back again. History have it that Hitler even flew over
Can you
Liberia.
imagine that? I don't know if that was true though. But that's what we hear.
Hey, look, let me tell you, whether it was true or
I
not,
think he wanted to look for
you
Liberia,
know,
but it was so small on the map. I can remember my
but
mom saying stuff like that. I'm like,
but whether
yeah,
whether it was true or not, they put say mess around and find out.
and find out. I don't think we want to find out anymore. We don't even want to try putting it.
Like you mess around and find out. Yeah.
Pulling and see us clearly.
But we did that. We took that sacrifice. We did that for America.
funny.
But look at us. We are the poorest country in there, and all we hear is China is bad for us. But China building infrastructure for us. China doing all this for us. Like China putting value on our lives. You know what I mean? Look at ABS. If America volunteer one day that they're gonna build this for us, the ministerial complex, who built it for us? Some of the areas that we can be proud of today as Liberian, where we have our conferences, who built that? You know what I mean? Like, we need to look at this. We'll sit down around and say, yeah, America is our ally. Even the new sanction that the year placed on, I don't know, visa or whatever that shit is. They say because they say because Labrador took a different position on Donald Trump.
That's not true. That's propaganda. That's not
you know,
true.
right? It will be a
why they did it.
Right, it will be a propaganda for all they want it to be propaganda. But even let's say hypothetically, if we're not a propaganda, is Liberia not a sovereign country?
And plus, when what Hene spoke over there, he was speaking for 6 other countries, I think.
But if Liberia don't,
it was not just Liberia position that he was saying. It was, I think that there were like more than 6 countries that he was that came up with something like he was speaking for. It wasn't Liberia position. So
he was making a joint statement.
Yeah.
A statement that was endorsed by 6 other countries, including Liberia, because he was the one making a statement. But I mean, what constitutes sovereignty? What constitutes sovereignty?
Yeah, why can't
I'm not gonna sit there or president go on broad day, like go kidnap another president from another country. Then I sit back, I say, oh, you know, it was a good thing. Like, get that, bro. I mean, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. If that's a position that bro took, I mean,
friendship, are we an ally or stepchildren? Which one is it?
Well, if we should be allied, then obviously, then let's get some of the benefit that other allies are getting, like $3.3 billion every year. You know what I mean? To a country in the Middle East. I mean, can we get at least $1 billion every 10 years?
Those are what they're getting from you.
You know what I'm saying? Well, if you build the infrastructure for us, then obviously we will pay back.
Right.
That's what friendship is about.
That was
after World War II. How did Germany become the superpower in Europe? How did Germany become the superpower in Europe after World War II? Because America invested massively in Germany.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? America invested. That's why people even say America owns Germany. Because America have the largest military base in Germany. Because they saved Germany from during World War II. So they invested heavily in Germany infrastructure, the German technology, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, that's how you help your ally to be self-sufficient, and then in return, they become the support that you need. But if you don't invest in us, how do you expect us to compete? Yeah. How do you? You know, friendship should be about helping each other out. We should not be begging every day, giving us, you know, $2 million a year, $3 million debt.
$100 million a year.
I'm sorry, man. Like, that is not a strategic friendship. I like China on a friendship of or friend that want to take you out of dirt.
Two that.
You know, of
They say 2 overpass. You give me.
change
Take it.
put some sense. You know what I'm
You give
saying?
me one. Channel
I
say
just
you
don't
give me
like
one
the
of
fact
these.
that
Channel say you give me one of these. I give you 10 overpass. I say you take it.
I mean, stupid.
Make sure you make it 50 over by every contest. You take one of these. Fill everywhere, the roads, everything. Give me
But look though, I mean, do you want to live that, or you want to live in perpetual
what?
suffering? You know, like I mean, like let truth be told, I would live in a country with dignity and live in a country where people say, "Oh, America stepfather." Like, come on, man, we didn't hear that story. Our father didn't hear that story. They own out someone that died. You know that we the ones who should be hearing that story again. No, man, get out of here. But yeah, man, I'm all about China coming in, building our rules, helping us develop. Because when these things happen, guess how many talent of news reporters that I think gonna motivate. Zambia currency went up when they started accepting Chinese currency. So China is a superpower. Nobody should make mistake.
No, it is. It's just that America. I think
You know what I
America
mean?
is just overrated with
You
that.
know,
I mean, I don't want to say
but
overrated.
no, we should not get caught up in a whole superpower fight.
Yeah.
The essence
when it
of
comes to
life.
helping Africa, I'll call them the superpower for doing that.
I mean, look at the railroad the people building. Like, I mean, look at go across Africa. The people. Look, I listened to this American professor,
Oh, you said American?
Yeah, American professor. Not Pro Lumumba. American professor from the University of Chicago. John, his name is John S. something. The papa said, "Look, America can cry about China invading Africa all they want, and the British. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso.
Mm-hmm.
The French being Burkina Faso since independence. Look at what Ibrahim Traore have done in 4 years.
Still going after his life.
In 4 years, look at what the boy have done in 4 years. Then France have been on a people continent, in a people country for 60 plus years. Look at the roads the boy have built, the schools, the universities, right? The roads, the healthcare facilities, you know, adding needed value to the lives of the Burkinabe. I mean, what's the essence of self-determination when the resources that's being extracted from your country does not go to the benefit of the people, but rather going to Western hegemony? You know what I'm saying? So people don't want us to talk about these things. No, because people don't want to read. People don't want to read history. France are taking $5.6 billion out of Burkina Faso every year from the people go man every year. But yet the people can't afford drinking water.
And they're keeping the
But
people
yet they
money.
they people don't have electricity.
The people want their own money, they gotta. It's like
Right?
the borrowing it.
Then the president who's coming, the guy who's coming to say, you know what? No, we don't want that.
Is enough.
They kill that person.
Right.
That's been the tragedy of Africa throughout.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard that China invaded our country? Have you ever heard China go negotiate with people? You give me this, I give you this. If you're a smart negotiator, because business is all about profit maximization, right? If you're stupid for someone to go negotiate with you, something that you're supposed to get. Look at what happened in Guinea. The Monsi man we're talking about right now, where Guinea is getting all money from right now. They were negotiated on a former president Alpha Conde. Lansana Conte. I believe for $200 million. But then Alpha Conde came, negotiated the same contract for $6.7 billion. How do you leave from $250 million to $6.7 billion?
The other guy did not know how to negotiate. But
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, and what happened? And they got rid of, and they established a coup d'etat and got rid of the paper that negotiated that contract. And they bring one black tall guy. They say, is he coming? They literally just did his inauguration.
he is so
Right.
big and tall. Like
I'm not gonna call him Manny, but you know he's this tall, big and tall. You know what I mean? But
he married a French woman, right?
I had a LeBron book and call him Manny, like, bro, you know.
Well, I can call him Manny.
It's easily making laugh. That one big black tall guy, he get laugh. He always gets dark glasses.
I'm telling man, you don't need to be laughing with you when I know it's serious. He's tall. I saw his inauguration. I'm like, oh, grief, you are tall.
So they go marry well on then they give
dog in 200 city looking like Snow White and what's the snaps?
the Guinean boy call it well Fanta Bear.
They get her name. Oh my god.
Yo.
They
But
get
you
her
look.
name.
Oh yeah, they call Fanta Bear. But look, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, Amy, they brought in another puppet. Like Dumia is a puppet.
You didn't do me as a puppet? He's
Of
still
course
like a
he
tough
is.
guy, though.
He is a puppet. But look, that'll be another story for another day.
I hope he's
They'll
not.
always bring people that they believe will do their bidding. If anybody who try to challenge them, like what Alpha Condor doing, they don't want that. You know what I mean? They don't want anybody to nationalize their resources. You know, they want their company to go there and be an equal participant. So if their company complain, then they complain. Because their company bringing tax income in their country. So you see, so all the let other paper. How can you go adopt president Saturday night? Then Tuesday morning you call all your oil, tycoon to come and decide how you people gonna extract the poor resources in an open manner in a White House.
Open,
you know what I mean?
Blatant.
It's causing another country
it's like
resources.
In the face of
I mean,
everybody.
it is as sickening as it can be. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we're gonna take that.
Y'all don't leave me with anything, yeah. I will deal with it.
Is it?
The power in my head, I know.
Our incoming Marshall territory, our incoming Senator Marshall territory. But if I'll vote for you, I'll come
what
to
is in Margaret? What is in Nukwe and who?
Emmanuel Nukwe.
And who else? He wanted to start sending go out to me, and I was sending right back to you.
Oh,
John.
you have that I made a bomb.
I just said that, John, you better don't make these people send no go out to me. I don't want to be no.
Ain't got this CDC guy there. He's a senator.
McGill.
Nathaniel McGill. I'm in a bomb. I heard I got a bomb.
I'll pray on that one in.
It is what it is.
Sit down somewhere.
Yeah, but it mean good night.
Yeah, man.
We
Africa's story is.
But we would definitely get.
We've used so much, so we can't stop. For our resources, we have been abused. Our leaders are not, they're just all about themselves. But I hope that China
not fighting country for their resources. China is going in contractual agreement with you. Man, they do this, right? It is what it is. If you're not smart enough, then obviously people always will protect their bottom line. You have to push them, and you guys come to mutual understanding.
One thing about China is not greedy though. China, no, they can try you, but they will give you what you something, right? You get what you pay for.
If you have a business idea right now, you go to China, you just sit and just talk to them.
Mhm.
Say, this is how I want to do. They put a build machine for you that suit that business idea. That's how the people are. So you tell me, are they trying to make you competitive, or they trying to hide that technology away
And
from
they
you?
will actually tell you to read that there was somebody I talked about something else about a machine to come into Liberia. Was it one of some company? They would tell you that they would send people there. They told me that they would send people, their people, to go and train their
Yes.
people on how to use the machine
Look.
to
So
produce.
is that somebody that is trying to help you to be
I think
self-sufficient
I'm
and
like,
produce for
what?
yourself, or somebody who always hiding that technology from you? They only giving you peanut change and making you to be slave. Like, come on, man. Like, we can see through who want us to be self-determined, who want us to be self-reliant, who want us to be able to do for ourselves, than people doing it for us all the time. All the time. You think Africa don't have the education to be producing their own medication, but they want to keep us in perpetual poverty. So when they're ready to test their manufactured drugs and all of that stuff, they can bring it on the continent, right? All
So,
their
Mr.
polio vaccine.
Mr. Davis tonight, Mr. Davis said that somebody told him that they were taking, is it as a drug that, I don't know, cancer, something drugs, and they were taking it to Africa. So like, Prince said, why they can't try it first?
Yeah, but that's the thing, because they use us to be like test.
As if because of the guinea pig thing down there, like, they always use us.
Test factory, like Elon Musk, like not Elon Musk, like the people like how you call the internet guy? Hey, papi, man.
Elon Musk.
No, the internet guy.
Oh, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. You know, he called
Microsoft.
himself.
You said Microsoft.
Microsoft guy. You know, he called himself now a philanthropist, where he's trying to.
Oh, I don't trust that dude. I heard him say something.
He's trying to population manage now. You know, I heard one of his interviews. He said the world is overly populated, and when they start seeing the thing now, then it all makes sense now. What came about, you know, Ebola. Ebola I charged Ellen Johnson for that thing, and Judgment Day she and I will not cross that river until she really confess. You know,
you think she knew about anything? But
oh yeah, she knew about it. That thing was plenty on people, Amy.
Oh yeah.
That virus was plenty on people. You know what I'm saying? And it was so plenty on people, the thing disappeared like that. Right? They seen people then that planted, that they seen people that went there to
after giving in all those millions of dollars
to really deal with it, right? How can a starting in Gigidu, you know where I grew up actually in Gigidu. I started from there
because somebody went to Sierra Leone and they were running away, right. But then but that's how it
we follow this story, right? And since then, have you ever heard about Ebola in any other part of the world?
But you know, Ebola is a weapon of mass destruction, right?
But that's what they do, though.
In the U.S. military.
You know, they try to, but you know they have a lot of these things, and that's why the next World War is not going to be through gun and stunning. It's through these bio.
Where is that World War? Let me come fix my passport.
And they got stuff because you saw what happened. They posted the COVID virus escaped from Wuhan, China. China, she from a laboratory. Why are you producing the kind of thing out of a laboratory that when it come out, just kill people?
Yeah, any mistake like that would just be a.
I mean, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll reconvene tomorrow.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging with us. To really frustrated. I know we all are in the comment section for what our continent's been going through, but you know, it's a long story. We can't end it, right?
We can.
Thank you. Share the jobs that we were showing to people, your families, your friends. Let them apply. The one who are qualified in Liberia, let them
Right.
apply. You never know, you might
Never know.
get it. So until then, we'll see you and talk to you guys willing tomorrow.